Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking another look at Maurice Wolin from the Petaluma sting. He's probably the most famous guy from this particular sting, and he's probably one of the most popular guys caught on To Catch a Predator. So let's get into his wiki page here. It says Wolin attended UCLA, where he earned a medical degree. He was 48 years old and worked as a cancer research doctor for many pharmaceutical firms. He had a wife and two daughters and lived in Piedmont, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. At the time of the sting, he began chatting with a girl he believed to be underage named Willow. He had also earlier hit up another decoy he believed to be underage with the screen name Crazy Frazee 2005. So anytime these guys are hitting up multiple decoys, you know that they are preferential offenders who are seeking out people of that age. Some of the guys try to pretend like, oh, I was chatting with a bunch of people, or I didn't see the age, I didn't care, whatever excuse they have. As soon as they are chatting with multiple decoys, you know they are out there looking for someone of that age. So he was talking to Crazy Frazee 2005, asking if she wanted to go out with him. What is he in, like, high school? You want to go out with? What an idiot. Wolin lies to Willow, saying he is divorced. He also flaunts his affluence to the girl, and he mentions in great detail exactly what he wants to do to her. He makes plans to meet at the trap house, all the while keeping things on a slow burn with the second decoy. So I guess he wanted to have options, and there was no stopping him. If there was multiple girls he could have done this to, he would have been out there spending his free time trying to chat them all up and travel to meet them. And thank God he was caught. But so let's head over to the sting house and see what happens when Maurice Wolin shows up.
This guy's coming in. That could be the doctor.
Like, that could be the doctor. Like, there's some doubt about who he is. His screen name was Tall Dreamy Doc. You should have been able to spot him a mile away just from his description. And here we got this guy that's like, looks like he's 7 feet tall and like 75 pounds. He's so tall and lanky. He's probably been a nerd his entire life. I doubt he was ever popular. The only thing he's got going for him now is that he has money. He has a good job, makes good money, so he can buy all the superficial things like a nice car, a nice house, all these things just to give him affluence. And he just milks that and thinks he's such a big shot, and then uses his free time to chat up minors online. And as we're going to see, it doesn't go well for him today. And he's just got a huge bald spot too. Nothing wrong with that, but when you're a predator, I'll make fun of you for everything.
Go to Mark 3. Have him come towards you.
And just such a suspicious glance back. This guy should not be a criminal. People are going to spot him a mile away. It's like, yeah, I know you want to look around to see if anyone's watching you, but the thing is, if anyone is watching you, they're going to see some tall man in sunglasses looking around suspiciously before going into a house or a girl's home alone. It's probably going to make your situation worse.
Hey!
And I really like Rochelle, this decoy. She's just so confident.
Made it. Come on back.
Thanks. How are you?
Good. How are you?
This man.
Like, how do you not feel like you're just being led into a trap? Normally, like, when you meet someone, like, you would shake hands, hug, depending on what the situation is. Thank God you didn't do that here, because none of these guys deserve to touch the decoy. But it just seems so weird. Usually you greet them and be like, oh, come on in, and not just, hey, follow me, and then you're keeping distance and just leading them around the back of the house. I don't think there's anything that would make these guys suspicious. All that's going through his mind right now is he's just looking at her, and he's just so thrilled. He's so happy with himself that he was able to organize this, and he's just thinking about what he's going to do, and there's not a care in the world, and nothing short of spotting a camera crew and Chris Hansen behind a wall is going to scare this guy off.
Is 48 years old, married, and a prominent San Francisco physician.
Yeah,
it's hard to believe that someone...
And, like, is he really prominent, or is he just prominent because he's a doctor? Or is it like he's above other doctors because he's a cancer researcher? I think they're just trying to milk how this guy is supposed to be like a pillar of the community or something. But, I mean, there's a lot of bad doctors out there, so I don't think this guy's that bad. And just look at him here. He just looks gross. How is this guy 48? He just looks like 78, and he's just got a massive head of bald hair. He should just shave his head. He'd probably look better.
Of his stature would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13 and then follow her into the backyard where she invites him to go in her hot tub.
Pour me a drink. I'm actually going to put on my suit so maybe we can get in the hot tub.
He said, no hot tub for him. And even right now, okay, right where I paused it, just if he's a doctor, shouldn't he just have like a basic knowledge of science and the way physics work, and just the fact that that slushy drink that's in that pitcher, it's not like sliding out, it's stuck halfway. It's going to just topple over and make a big mess. I think he's not paying attention to that. He's probably got one eye on Rochelle.
It's all warm.
Oh, and they don't actually show the moment it happened, but yeah, he should have seen this coming. And of course, he's just a nerdy, lanky doofus guy, and you just immediately, like, he just sits down and within 10 seconds makes some big, klutzy, embarrassing move. This has probably been him his entire life. He's probably just always the one to cause some sort of accident like that. He just fucks everything up. He's always knocking things over and banging into things, and that would not. So, like, pure speculation. I don't know the guy, but I would say that's true. And just because of that, we don't get an interview with Chris Hansen. If he had have just poured that properly or not poured it at all, Chris Hansen would have come out, and who knows, maybe they would have sat there chatting for half an hour. We could have gotten a James Rutherford level a length of a confrontation, but no such luck. He has to go looking for a towel.
Where are you coming from?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
He's just like, oh man, she's going to come back out in her bathing suit and see that I made a mess of everything, and she's going to think I'm a loser, and then she's going to have to like send me away. I bet you he's just freaked out about this thing that's really not a big deal. He could just laugh this off.
So there probably was a lot of traffic, huh?
Do you have a towel?
So there's a towel. Isn't that a towel right there? I think there was some debate about this, whether or not that's a towel. It kind of looks like a towel, but it kind of looks like a bag that this blow-up pool was in, or maybe that's too big. I don't know. If anyone knows what this is, if there's any like final word on that, let me know.
As the doctor looks for...
And there we go, right there. Apparently he made eye contact with members of the crew that were back there. You're just some lowly boom operator, and getting your settings on your little soundboard, trying to get them right, and then all of a sudden you'll look up and you're just like staring into the eyes of Maurice Wolin, and it's like a deer in the headlights. He's just full of fear.
Towel, he spots...
And then he just runs.
Dateline's camera crew.
I gotta take off.
Why would he even say that? Like, there's a whole bunch of people there with like camera equipment. You realize that you're in some sort of trouble. Why would you have to announce that you have to take off? Obviously, what you thought was going to happen is not going to happen, and this is some kind of a setup. You have to, just to be polite, tell them you have to leave.
Sir.
I like how as soon as he hears "sir," he just like runs up just a little bit quicker. He just quickens his pace.
Camera crew.
I gotta take off. Sir. I need to talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, and I think it might be my absolute most missed opportunity. The one that I would like, the confrontation with Chris Hansen, I would like to see the most. This might be it. Definitely top 3. And here we have, this is probably my top favorite arrest. This is just, it's just a classic. And he just shatters his glasses. Like, what's that going to do? You're not breaking the other guy's glasses. Like, breaking someone else's glasses might, be a way to just fight back and show how angry you are. But breaking your own, and also like he doesn't rip them off with one hand and throw them down like a normal person would. He uses like 2 hands to pull them off. Isn't that weird? Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but let's watch that again. I know I'm kind of breaking this down into every detail, but I've covered this guy twice now, and I've also done a commentary with Piss Hansen on his channel on this guy. So I've watched this thing and analyzed it to death, but I'm always just looking for a little bit more enjoyment to get out of it.
Get on the ground.
There's some of these guys, it's almost like they don't know how to get arrested. Who was that guy in the New Jersey sting that the guy in the Canadian tuxedo that like was it him that like sat on the ground? And here we got Maurice Wolin. He's like on his knees but bending his head down and pulling his arms up. He's just being manhandled.
Get on the ground. Get his keys. I wasn't doing anything.
And you just see the agony on his face. Just like, this would just be so terrible to go through. Like, obviously he was trying to do a terrible thing and he deserves it, but like his day was going so well. It's partly why I love some of these early ones where the police bust happens after, because they just waltzed in thinking that they owned the world. This was going to go so well. They were going to be able to commit this crime, cause undue like permanent damage to a young person, get what they want, and then just drive away, never to be seen again, and then do it again later. Like, just such a predator. Thought he was such a big man. And now here he is just crying.
Oh man, I wasn't doing anything. Get his keys. I wasn't doing anything. What am I being booked for?
I wasn't doing anything. Yeah, what am I being booked for? What do you think? Like, what do you think? Just give us the top 5 things that you think you might be being booked for. Like bank robbery? No, you were doing one illegal thing. That's what you're being booked for.
Explain all that too. Can I call my wife? You can do.
Yeah, and of course, like he's cheating on his wife, doing this kind of horrible thing. This is going to reflect very badly on her. And then the first thing he gets caught is, can I call my wife? Like, you can't deal with a problem on your own. You have to call your wife.
That after the booking procedure. I think it's
going to talk to a detective and just
explain that to him already. He's just not. He's failing to.
I'm not failing. I'm just really scared. Nothing to be scared about.
Nothing to be scared about. Don't worry, this is all going to go away. No one's ever going to find out about this, Maurice Wolin.
Nothing to be scared about?
No.
I'm somebody who has never done anything in my life. Okay. You died a traffic ticket, and you would.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's not like, okay, if you can go your first 48 years without ever committing a horrible crime like this, then you're allowed to do this once. That's not the way it works. You're never allowed to do this. And I bet you anything, this guy has been an arrogant bastard his whole life. I bet you he is an absolute prick to everyone at work. He's probably a prick to his wife and kids, and they just put up with him because he's rich, so they kind of have to. And he's like their dad, but this guy is not a good guy. Even if you ignore what he was trying to do here, I bet you and just the fact that I bet you he has that in his mind that he's finally getting back at the world, that he's just been a nerdy loser his whole life, but he finally got a good job, he finally has money, so he's like, suck it world, I'm going to be a bastard to everyone because I prove myself, I'm better than all of you. And then he gets caught on To Catch a Predator and breaks down crying and smashes his sunglasses. And now he's just sitting here with this pitiful story. I don't like you, Maurice Wolin.
Be scared. You're in some trouble, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
my wife. Okay. You died a traffic ticket, and you wouldn't be scared. You're in some trouble, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in big trouble, and I feel like I made maybe a mistake, but I didn't do anything.
You made a mistake, but you didn't do anything. I think what he's saying is the mistake was falling for this and getting caught, but he didn't do anything. The mistake was having this chat to begin with. You were chatting with multiple decoys. This was not a mistake. This was a premeditated, illegal, horrible act that you tried to fulfill. And you didn't change your mind along the way. When you saw the girl, you weren't like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is horrible. You sat down with a big smile on your face. And it was only because you spotted the crew that you ran away. If this was real, and that was a real human being that you were talking to, that girl, you would have done this. So you can't say you made a mistake, but you didn't do anything.
Handcuffs. I have pictures being taken of me left and right.
Yeah, he's almost like, this is what happens to criminals. I'm a doctor. I'm not a criminal. You can't treat me like this. You can't put handcuffs on me and take my picture. Like, you're no better than the rest of these guys, Maurice Wolin.
Right. I don't know what I'm being accused of.
First thing I'm going to do is explain to you your...
So I know there's his entire interrogation video. I've covered it before, but I'll probably do it again just because I'm doing a lot of the videos again. So I'll do that on a separate one. But for now, we're going to head back over to the wiki page and find out what happened to Maurice Wolin after this. Actually, before we head to the wiki page, let's watch this little bit. This was the phone call he makes to his wife. I'm not sure why this was missing from that other footage, but let's watch this first.
Honey,
I'm in big trouble. I'll explain. You have to bail me out of the Sonoma County Jail.
Talk about an awkward phone call. This is like worse than, getting when you're a teenager and you get locked up for some stupid stuff, and then you have to call your dad. This is like way more serious than that. And what a loser too. He just has to like call his wife to like come rescue him. Way to be a man there, Maurice.
$30,000 check. We'll need.
And that's weird. Like usually they have to go see a judge to set the bail. This one that was set like in the very interrogation van where they were talking to him.
It was a sting operation. I'll explain it to you when you're here. Don't bring the girls.
He's like, I will. Of course, her question right here is, sting for what?
Do anything, but I did something stupid.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, but I did something stupid. That does not make sense, Dr. Maurice Wolin. And of course, he's not going to tell her what it was until she comes with the money. Because if he told her, she would probably just empty the bank accounts and run and divorce him. Which would be awesome if she did that. Because he's just like, what a scumbag. He just does this and like, oh, get my wife to come rescue me. I'm in trouble again. Like, has he done, I don't think he's done this kind of thing before, but has he done stuff before that he needs his wife's help with? Or is that just the first thing he thought of? Like, most guys are like, just deal with this. Talk to her later. Like, he's just like, oh my God, I need her to come rescue me. Like, I don't know. It's, this guy is pitiful. I can see why he's one of the worst. Anyways, now we're going to head over to the wiki page to find out what happened after this. Legal battles. Wolin's lawyer, Blair Burke, researched other cases that perverted justice had been a part of. And yeah, Blair Burke was a very expensive lawyer. Apparently she represented like Harvey Weinstein and some other like celebrity type people. So he spared no expense. So his lawyer researched other cases that perverted justice had been part of and came across the acquittal of Michael Willis. She learned how the defense attorney in that case challenged perverted justice's evidence gathering methods, leading to a subpoena of their hard drives, which perverted justice refused to honor and subsequently led to his client's acquittal. Wolin's lawyer tried to do the same in his client's case, and even though perverted justice said in this case, as in Willis' case, that the hard drive was destroyed, the judge would not dismiss the charges because, unlike in Florida, where the burden of proof was on the prosecution to show there was no tampering of chat logs, the burden of proof was on the defense to prove there was. I think California's way makes more sense. I mean, my completely amateur opinion, I don't understand the law of either places. I'm not a lawyer. But it seems like you could just challenge everything, being like, oh, that's all made up. And it's like, hey, prove that you didn't tamper with the DNA. It's like, well, how do you prove you didn't tamper with it? We just didn't. So it's kind of like, prove that you did, prove that it was tampered with. So, but either way, I'm glad that Maurice did not get his case kicked out of court. And then it says, after 2 years fighting the case, Wolin eventually pled no contest, earning him 2 months of house arrest. Like, oh, I wish he got jail. 2 months house arrest, 3 years probation, and lifetime offender registry. Since he dragged this case on for so long, he was the target of a few news stories in his area of residence. His license for practicing medicine was temporarily revoked during his legal proceedings and was permanently revoked after his conviction. Wolin would move to Singapore while his case went through the system. Kind of surprised that they let him leave the country. And he took a position as a medical consultant for a firm called S-Bio for 6 months before moving on to being a consultant for a Seattle-based firm called Seattle Genetics for a little under 2 years. He left the latter job in April of 2009, probably due to his conviction the previous month. Surprisingly, he was also a consultant for an Oakland Children's Hospital up until his release from jail. What do you mean his release from jail? You mean of his probation? And why would a children's hospital hire this guy, even if he's not working directly with them? That just looks bad. This guy's a convicted sex offender and a pretty big celebrity. He was in the news for doing this crime. Why would they hire him? Anyways, let's continue. It says, in January 2021, a woman on Instagram claiming to be the daughter of Wolin had announced his passing, showing pictures of a younger Wolin with her. The woman soon made her account private, however. Wolin was later removed from the Megan's Law website, furthering the idea that he had indeed passed away. It was unknown what his exact cause of death was until August 2021, when a YouTuber named Skip Tracer uploaded a video of an official coroner's report he received detailing Wolin's death. Wolin appeared to have hanged himself on January 6th of 2021. Reportedly, his exposure on TCAP and subsequent legal troubles were not the motivation behind his death, but a drunken fight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just had a fight with his wife, and I can't remember where I read it, but I'm pretty sure like when this was going on, after this first broke, after he first got caught, his wife left him, but then she came back to him later on at some point, but then in 2021 they had a fight and he ended his life. Under trivia, it says, Perverted Justice claimed his chat was destroyed when his chat log was requested, yet their version was still posted on their site after his conviction. His ex-wife is also a doctor. Maurice Wolin's lawyer was Blair Burke, a lawyer who specializes in celebrity cases. Blair had represented Leonardo DiCaprio, Mel Gibson, and more. Wolin's death occurred on the same day as the January 6th Capitol riots. His full uncut brief Chris Hansen interaction and police interrogation are both available on YouTube, and I think we know that, and I will be covering his interrogation for a second time very soon. All right, so that's it for Maurice Wolin. I guess, part of me just can't get enough of this guy, so hopefully you guys can keep finding some entertainment value out of it. So let me know if there's any other predators you want me to cover or cover a second time, or any other interrogations or anything like that, and I'll try to do them. And you can sign up for my Patreon if you want. I got a whole lot of takedown with Chris Hansen videos on there and other stuff. I think I have like 160, 170 videos on there now, so if you want to help support me, by all means, sign up to Patreon. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.